In a democracy, I don't think that we want private companies censoring politicians in the news. I don't think pressure from advertisers or politicians directly in any way affects how we think about this. I think these are just hard topics.
If you're not a Facebook user, you might ask, is Facebook even still alive? Who the hell uses Facebook anymore? Well, almost 3 billion people on the globe, that's who. Facebook is being actively used by over 35% of the whole world's population and over 60% of the American population. If you think Facebook is dead, then you're so damn wrong. You know what's dead? Freedom of speech on Facebook? Not Facebook. Facebook has the ability to silence and punish and erase a substantial amount of people on the planet in a dystopian and a disturbing way that's nothing short of terrifying and abhorrent. Under the pretense of protecting the community from harm, they're watching out for you in a blatant Big Brother kind of approach. It's known online as Facebook jail. You can go to Facebook jail for being anything, like coming from a particular group of people Facebook doesn't like, or saying words Facebook doesn't like. You can go to Facebook jail for the slightest profanity, because Big Brother doesn't like the naughty words. You can actually get into Facebook jail by telling your friend, man, you're spewing crazy now. It has the ability to wipe out your whole presence, make you technically invisible to everyone around you without even deleting your account. Shadow banning, which is an open punishment Facebook follows. You can just be posting, but no one can see you. Even though you post, even though you're trying to talk, even though you exist, you technically don't. Think of it like screaming into a void. I hope saying the F word once was worth pissing off Big Brother Mark. You're not allowed to say anything outside the set of words you're allowed to use. You're not allowed to express any opinions outside the set of opinions you're allowed to express. You're not allowed to show any individuality or rebellion or freedom. You are in an extremely authoritarian space that you don't recognize the extent of its oppression. You might still think it's a fun space with some rules, and I'm making a big deal out of it. Okay, let's go find that out together, huh? Let's tell you what it actually is. Facebook has made it absolutely clear. It doesn't care about you, your freedom, or anything else. It's a money-making business at your cost. Quite literally. Its business model is all about your information being the product it sells. So why would a product's freedom matter at all? As long as they are tied and addicted enough to our site, they'll keep on coming. As long as every kind of social networking they do online relies heavily on our site, they'll keep on coming and continue to be our product. And we will continue to sell the product. Facebook isn't just a dictatorship on its own. It works with absolute compliance with every regime that's willing to provide Facebook a continuing presence and a playground for more information harvesting and selling. No matter what the regime is doing, no matter how many lives are on the line, no matter anything. In 2014, Facebook agreed to work with the Pakistani government to filter out blasphemous content inside of Pakistan. Freedom of religion, expression, and speech did not matter one bit. This is not a space for your expression. You are here to feed us more information so we can make some money off of you. Stick to your role, subject. In 2016, any pro-Kashmir posts or groups were eventually deleted after the conflict reached a peak in the Indian part of Kashmir between the Kashmiris and the Indian army. In 2020, Facebook agreed to the Vietnamese government demands to remove and silence every critic of the regime, doubling the number of its blocked posts in Vietnam in under 6 months, making it twice as hard for Vietnamese activism on the website. How about that for the pledge to uphold freedom of speech, Mark? Pledge my ass, big brother. In 2021, during the depth of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict of Sheikh Jarrah and the absolute chaos that was happening and the civilians who were being killed, Facebook, interestingly enough, decided to remove every pro-Palestine post it can recognize. People of the Middle East caught wind of that at the earliest and issued a major downvoting campaign of the Facebook app on all the phone stores, Apple and Android. After a short while, Facebook officially apologized for deleting the pro-Palestinian posts, publicly admitting to actually deleting the posts, but they said it was to stop propagating violence. Okay, I'll bite. There are two sides in this violence. Only one was censored. It's not like you censored any talk about the war, which would have been a heinous thing to do, of course, but at least more plausible with your claim. You only censored the part you didn't benefit from, even though it was internationally perceived to be more on the victim's side. Your whole justification. It's just trash. It doesn't matter if you're pro-Israel or pro-Palestine to get the idea here. It's about withholding information and blocking the other side from exercising their right to present their truth. It's about actually controlling the narrative and feeding you only a story they want you to hear. People of Palestine and the Palestinian government aren't of any use to Facebook because human beings to Facebook are assessed by value of information and strength of governments. That's why they were on the side of the block. You could be on that side too one day and 35% of the globe wouldn't be able people to know anything about what you have to say. It's scary to think about it. They clearly, and not so subtly, are saying forget about humanity. I'm running a business here, and you are the product. Be worth it for me to even care about you. Conservatives seem to be a really targeted group of Facebook censorship. They've been basically hunted down all around the platform, aggressively. A Facebook whistleblower alleged that conservatives were left out of the trending bar from Facebook on purpose in 2016. They denied the allegations but simultaneously planned to improve the trending bar. Cool. Facebook search is absolutely biased from its inception. Allegations of censorship goes way back to 2007. A lot of reported search terms seem to vanish at one point in time. MoveOn.org, the advocacy group that previously stopped Facebook's Beacon program, that planned to tell you about purchases made by people in your friends list. How about that for privacy? It was allegedly mysteriously dropped from the search results. Fast forward to 2016 and the search results. Facebook was caught red-handed trying to control a narrative against every evidence or court order. After the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse by the jury in Wisconsin, Facebook didn't like the sentence and decided to bury any news about it or any mention of his own narrative in the search results. Who do you think you are to seek impartial, updated news? You are here for us to feed you stories we deem right. Again, no matter what you think about this case, it really shouldn't matter. Ignoring a court verdict and tanking search results in favor of one narrative is an insane extent of censorship. Those are really the surface claims. If you finish this video and try to dig deeper, chances are you will find more. Facebook controls the narrative and is calling your shots for you. No matter where you are in the world, it controls what you say and how you say it. It punishes you for speaking your mind. It hides you from everyone in plain sight. They ban stories and they manipulate the others. But hey, don't forget to join the metaverse. If you don't agree, take it easy. It's just a point of view. If you agree, subscribe for more.